Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell of California.
Congressman Swalwell, what does it say to you that Secretary Hegseth, why do you think he didn't want to answer the question directly?
Because he knows he's going to be asked to shoot at protesters, and he's going to probably go along with it. Now, thankfully, I feel pretty good talking to the rank and file in our military who often assure me that they will not follow an unlawful order. And I always tell folks that the check on fascism or an aspiring dictator like Donald Trump is Congress, the free press, independent courts, and the town squares. Congress is gone. The other three are doing it. But military families tell me there's a fifth check, and it's that our military rank and file will not follow an unlawful order. The problem is it's not only going to be given by the president. It looks like the Secretary of Defense is completely cool shooting at protesters. I also just want to say what Senator Slotkin did there today, that's how you do it. You have to keep these guys on their heels every single second they're in front of you in Congress. Otherwise, they will flood the zone, own the narrative, and essentially overwhelm us with disinformation.
Senator Warren took a slightly different tack, really focusing on the judiciary and the role that they are going to play here. Let's play that sound.
If the Supreme Court orders you to remove troops from American cities, will you do so?
As I've said, Senator, I don't believe district courts should determine national security policy, but if the Supreme Court rules on a topic, we will abide by that.
Okay, so I have two questions there. One, just sort of interesting that they continually come back to this idea of undermining district courts. We've heard a lot of this, trying to make the argument that district courts are somehow overstepping their authority and creating policy from the bench. Let's put that aside for a second. Do you believe Pete Hegseth when he says, yes, we will listen to the Supreme Court, or do you think he is making a calculation that this conservative Supreme Court is going to rule in their favor?
Well, they've been losing to the Supreme Court. And so I'm not entirely confident they're going to rule in his favor. But no, I don't trust Pete Hegseth at all on this. And I don't trust Donald Trump at all. Who I trust is you as a journalist, that you're going to fiercely cover this. I trust that the courts are going to continue to bring their independence to this. And I trust that the town squares, if they don't follow this, will look like No King's Day 10-100X, if that's the case. And frankly, that's what is checking Donald Trump. His weakness, his kryptonite, is that he really, really wants to be liked. And so the Trump always caves meme, it's true, and he caves because he wants to be liked. And so if Americans don't cave and we show up when he does something like this, disobey a Supreme Court order, I promise he will back down. That's just who he is.
Congressman, that's an interesting point because it plays itself out as we saw today, yesterday rather, in conversations between Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson over our engagement, or this administration's engagement in Iran. I guess I have two questions. First is, anybody have a follow-up for Senator Cruz there in the caucus room to ask him? So exactly what are your plans on Iran, and do you know how many people live in the country? But I think more broadly, what does that say to you, given that you're right now at the heart of all of this? The state of California, your constituents are in the target for what Trump wants to do. So the politics is real in terms of how they're approaching your state. Elissa Slotkin spoke to that a little bit and saying, you don't see them putting troops on the grounds in Florida and Texas, where you have the largest population of undocumented immigrants in the country, but yet they're not going to those Republican states, those Republican governors with their humiliating game cosplay. How does this play out politically as a tool to create bigger fractures, as we saw today with Tucker and Ted Cruz, but also as we saw play out between Elissa Slotkin and the secretary?
So if you are a voter who was promised and voted for Donald Trump because you were told there would be no more wars, or that he would end the wars on day one, and you voted for him, you had a right to believe that he would be your candidate. If that's what motivated you, I understand why you did that. But he has completely betrayed you. We are now 150 plus days into his presidency, and he is adding conflicts to the map. He shows no ability to bring together our allies to end any conflicts. And so, if that's why you voted for him, I hope you think again and look at a party that believes in American strength in the world and strength through our diplomatic relationships. And that relationship, by the way, was what was able to give us the best eyes and insights into Iran during the Obama administration, when we knew exactly what their capabilities were and restrained them in doing so. But to back up a little bit, Michael, as it relates to what's happening across America's cities, yes, people are going to the streets to stand up for their friends and neighbors, immigrants who are being targeted. But they're also going to the streets because they see a mad king who is willing to lock up anybody who shows dissent. He has locked up now a judge in Wisconsin, a colleague of mine from New Jersey, a senior senator from California, and a 4-year-old boy who he deported, who was an American citizen battling cancer. So the American people see that somewhere between the 4-year-old American citizen battling cancer and the senior senator from California is the rest of us. So if he can do it to either of them, he can do it to you. And that's why our strength is our numbers and linking arms in the town square and saying, hell no.
I think you make a very good point, Congressman. Let me tell you what my concern is. My concern is, and I want to juxtapose with what happened to Senator Padilla, the handcuffing of him, being thrown to the ground at a DHS presser by FBI agents after he was escorted into the room by FBI officials and National Guards. LaMonica McIver has now been indicted. She was charged and indicted on federal charges. I juxtapose that with Brad Ladner, the New York City comptroller yesterday. Governor Hochul went down to the place that he was being held and said she was not going to leave until he was released, and then walked out with him. Now, some people might say, well, Governor Hochul is running for election. Maybe that's why she's doing it. Whether that's the case or not, every single Democrat and Republican in the House of Representatives is up for re-election next year. And I'm sorry, but I don't feel like House leadership and Senate leadership on the Democratic side has been as forceful as they should be, given the escalation by the government on their own members. What say you?
Yeah, well, I'm seeing it from Leader Jeffries, who led us to the House steps immediately after Senator Padilla had been arrested. And then we went to Senator Thune's office, to demand answers afterward. But I see attorneys general across the country who have law enforcement powers. And the way I see it is, if I was a prosecutor, the top prosecutor in my state, and these rogue agents arrested somebody like Alex Padilla, who was just exercising his First Amendment right in his own office building, and had him arrested, if I had a criminal statute that met the facts, I would use it. And that's the same thing in New York. And so if you have law enforcement capabilities and the facts meet those criminal statutes, you have to meet their chaos with your own strength. Otherwise, we're always reacting to Donald Trump rather than the other way around.